moving on to the next topic. We got Andrew Tate. Looks like he's got something to say here. And let's take a look and see what he has for us today.
Yeah, let's do that. I actually, before we get in this video, I like Andrew Tate. I like his brother. I think Tristan Tate. I think these guys are good for men, truthfully. Outside of all the bullcrap allegations and shit.
Yeah, most people say that they're not good. They're misogynists. They hate women.
Not
and
true.
They're trying to take it back to like the 1200s or whatever. But it's the delivery, I think, that makes people think that.
And let me tell you something.
If you take the delivery out, I think if you dissect it, there is some truths in there.
No. I before we play this video, I just need 10 seconds. Women needs to stop telling us how to talk with a delivery. If I tell you to sit down, sit down. It's not a disrespectful thing. I'm a leader. Let me lead. I love you. I care for you. I'm not telling you to do something because I want to feel like I'm in control. This man is a top G for a reason, right? There's women who actually will listen to a man and sit down. The ones who don't want to do it, you're gonna be alone. You're gonna die alone. I'm telling you. Like, listen to this man. I tell all men to follow Andrew Tate. I think these guys are amazing. These are top G's. All guys should want to be top tier men. These are the guys you got to follow. Outside of all that other bull crap of his allegations, when I'm talking about how he runs his image, how he handles his business, towards how he builds his brand, those are the things I'm talking about. When it comes to the conversation of buying certain things or living a lifestyle, those are the things I'm talking about. Outside of all these other negative BS about females we don't care about. Let's get into the video.
Yeah, let's play this and see what he has to say.
If a woman sleeps with multiple people, that's cheating. That's absolutely unacceptable on every level. Men and women are not the same. Look at history. Every single king, every single sultan had more than one woman. Never in any point in history was there a woman with a bunch of men and that was accepted. So a woman can't go around fucking people and pretend it's the same as a man running around fucking people. It's absolutely not the same. Men have never been faithful. A man can only cheat if he loves someone else. If I have a woman who I truly love and I go out and fuck and I come back to her and I don't care about her and I only love my girl, that's not cheating. That's exercise. If she even talks to a dude, it's cheating. Because females are emotionally invested.
Okay, so we'll pause that real quick. Obviously, the majority, if not 100% of women that see this are going to call it a bullshit double standard. Why is it that a man can cheat and a woman can't? Why can't they both cheat or both not cheat? He kind of explained his opinion on it.
I mean, it's his opinion.
If a man cheats, he almost never, or it seems like he's saying never, is doing it with his emotions. He's just doing it to get a nut and move on. If a woman cheats, there's emotions involved, and I guess that creates a possibility of leaving the man for the other man, which he calls that's actual real cheating. So,
I mean, it depends on
how do you feel? Is it a double standard, or should men cheat and women can't?
I mean, life ain't fair. So, a man and a woman is not the same, and life ain't fair. It's not. Listen, we're not equal. Okay, we're not equal. So, is it fair? No. I mean, it goes back to like the documentary with David Beckham. I truly think he was faithful to this woman, right? Some men are like that. Some, but you're not gonna get if you took 1 million men on this planet, okay? I truly believe if you took 1 million men, only 10,000 out of 1 million will be truly faithful. And that's still a high number. But men who don't cheat is because they don't have options. They don't have, they never been to the chocolate factory, trust me. They never been to, they just don't have the options. They don't have the how can I say this? They don't have the status. That's denied. They don't have the swagger. They're not James Harden.
So what you're saying is if any man had the option, he'd do it.
Yes.
The men that don't do it are rare, like David Beckham. Obviously, David Beckham had options to do it.
But the benefit,
and he did.
Listen, I'm going to tell you.
Or maybe he did, we just don't know.
This is what y'all not understanding, okay? This is very important. Please listen, women. Please listen. The reason why it worked for David Beckham is because he got married before he was 24. He married this woman at a young age. So he built that bond with her where he didn't have to step out for another woman because he built the bond. This is why they tell you young girls, stop chasing the nightlife. Stop chasing the bullshit and settle down and find a husband. And I commend every woman in the world who's 24, 25 married with one baby daddy and have 2-3 kids. I commend you. I'm not going against it. That's why they had a better shot to be successful. But when you 34, 35, 37, 42, 45, 55, thinking you're going to find your husband, you're tripping.
Stop the cap.
You lost your goddamn mind. You delusional. You're dreaming. Now, can it happen? Yes, but we need to look at the greater number of how many relationships are not working. And you got women out here right now sleeping with their daughter's boyfriends, sleeping with their daughter's best friends. These are women that is settling to the trash because they can't get Mr. Right no more.
Hello, your computer has virus.
What did you do in your 20s? I was having this conversation. I'm going to get on two subjects. I was having the conversation. I was getting my hair done. You know what I'm saying? And the black lady said something to me, and she said she seen something on my show. She was against it. She didn't like what I said. And I said, what did I say that hurt your feelings? She said, well, that we missed our shot. Because I'm 40-something years old, I'm not going to find my husband. I looked at her and said, well, what was you doing in your 20s?
You stupid.
She said, I was having fun. And I said, that's the problem.
That was your shot.
That was your shot.
That you missed.
That you missed.
She doesn't get it.
And I was trying to explain to her, well, she was like, men was having fun too. And I said, but men are broke in their 20s and 30s. They're 1%. So while you out there want it, because that's what people want at 21, 22. Every man prefers a 21-year-old. I don't care what anybody tells you. Every man prefers a 21-year-old. There's a new, fresh one coming out of the oven every day. And as bad as that sound, as soon as a woman at 47 acts up,
another one.
We replace you with a 21-year-old. As soon as a 35-year-old woman acts up, we replace you with a 21-year-old. As long as a man has position and power and money, he can do that at any time.
Emotional, damn it.
Right? But for a man to do that, he can't do it in his 20s and 30s. A man has his fun in his 40s when a woman has her fun in her 20s. That's the difference. You had your shot. You messed up. Now you 40, and men don't want you because they can replace you with a 21-year-old or a 25-year-old or a 28-year-old. Right?
So just to go back to what Tate here is saying, it's not the same. Like if Beckham cheated, he most likely, according to Andrew Tate, would still be married and still be living happily ever after with his wife. But if Victoria cheated on David, she is more likely to leave him and divorce and go to this other man she found she cheated with. That's what he's trying. That's his point he's trying to make.
And listen, the moment a man cheats, it's like pissing. But when a woman cheats, it's emotional. And this is why I was getting into the body count. When a woman has a high body count, she has too many emotional connections with men that she doesn't have no more emotion, right? Eventually, if you constantly hit something, it's going to get weaker, right? So if you constantly hit something, it's going to get weak, right? So it's the same concept. These women only cheat if they're emotional, meaning for another man to conquer their body, they already left you and you're not coming back. Can it work? No. Has it worked? Maybe. But you ain't never going to hear from this podcast that I'm going to say, yes, it's going to work. Cash Money Dreams podcast, we don't do that shit here. And it will never, ever, ever happen. I'm going to tell a man right now, if a woman cheats on you, you leave and you never go back. Ever. Don't be a Stephen Harvey, man. Don't be a Will Smith. Can you imagine a woman cheating on you? And we about to get into another video because we are winding down. But listen to me. Can you imagine a woman cheating on you with a man that fucks other men? Man. Oh my God, man. Jada, what was you thinking? Will, she holding her book and you celebrating with her book. Oh my God, bro. Listen,
they want the world to know.
Listen,
but at the same time, they wanted to keep it a secret.
Listen.
So which is it?
Listen. At the end of the day, if a woman cheats, it's emotional. You lost her. right? That's why David Beckham was successful with his wife. He got her younger, where you can mold a woman. There's nothing wrong with a man molding a woman to something that's going to be good for the kingdom, right? What you think you women should mold a man, that's why y'all failing. Y'all trying to mold men into your likeness. It's destroying everything that we stand for. It's that simple. I think Andrew Tate is right. I think it's not the same. A woman who cheats is emotional and you lost her. And if a man cheats, it's like pissing. But should all men cheat? No, I'm not saying men should cheat. Okay. But I'll tell you is if you're a top tier man, he might cheat. He might step out on you once in a while. And it doesn't mean anything because he comes right back home. And actually, before we get in this video, I was talking to a woman yesterday. I was in a club and I said something. We was actually, before we went to the club, we was at a restaurant with a whole bunch of, I had a table, it was like 10, 12 girls. Okay. And one of the girls who was sitting there, very pretty Spanish girl, and she was like, her longest relationship was like 9 years. And I was like, well, what happened? She said, well, it just didn't work out. You know what I mean? I had bigger plans. And I looked at her and said, what about his plans? And she was like, I mean, his plans didn't match with mine. And I said, well, so now you single? She's like, yeah. She's like, but I'm looking, I'm dating. And I said, so what do you feel about a man that has multiple women? She was like, no, I would never accept that. I would never let that happen. And I was like, but if he's a top tier man and he has, I don't care. I don't care if he had $100 million or a billionaire. I would never accept it. And I told her, well, you had the right guy who stood 9 years with you, right? That was a commitment. 9 years, but you walked away.
Did that guy ever step out on her?
No.
So then that's not the most important thing to her?
No.
Or she just wants her cake and she wants to eat it too? She wants everything to be perfect on the checklist.
She wants everything to be perfect for her. But she won't accept a man who worked his ass off to get to a top tier position to step out once in a while. She said that she would never accept it. So I told her, you're going to have a difficult time dating. I'm in a club last night. We in a section, and she a beautiful woman. She getting hit by man, by man, by man. I'm just like, these guys don't even know what they're in for.
She's Goldilocks.
Thank you for watching the Cash Money Dreams podcast. Like and subscribe. Follow us on every platform. Stay tuned. Every week we drop in a new episode. It's your boy Cash, man.